What's up, lads? Good morning. And today we're going to talk about a mindset principle that will fundamentally change your life once you've utilized this. And it's called systems thinking. And I've just been out on my morning walk around Dubai Marina, and it was funny because I follow the same route at the same day every time. Like, I'm in autopilot. And I literally walk past 3 or 4 guys every morning at the same place at the same time. And I'm like, instantly, I'm like, these guys are successful. I know they're successful. With the physique, with the career, with everything, you just know they're successful. And the reason behind this is they are systems orientated. They have built a system. So why are McDonald's so successful? Because they have built a system that is so repeatable that creates an output. So they can plug any 16-year-old into their stores and the same outcome is going to come. And that is the reason I built EO1 University, because I was like, basically I disappeared for 6 months. I was like, I'm building the systems that can take anybody through an elite physique and mindset transformation that you can just plug and drop anyone in. Anyone can follow it and is guaranteed to get results, because systems make results. Okay, and that's all because everything is interconnected, and there is a simple term that the universe is run by, which is called cause and effect. Okay, and basically what that means is every single thing that you do today, and successful people know this and live by this, is going to determine an exact output that you want in the future. But unfortunately, you are only as good, and your future is only as good as your worst cause. And another word for cause is inputs. So inputs and outputs. All inputs create outputs. So when it comes to building your physique and building you up and getting where you want in life, we've got to make sure that our inputs, our causes, are correct so we can guarantee the effect. Like I was talking about with the university, it's like, how can we basically make a system just like McDonald's that you can plug anybody into, and these causes always create this effect? And we've got to think about, okay, what do we actually need to work on? Training. Basically, it's 3 simple fundamentals when it comes to getting in the shape of your life: training, nutrition, and recovery. And when we break that down, with training, it may be your training split, it may be your training exercises, your training frequency, your intensity, your tempo. With nutrition, it may be your calories, your macros, your food sources, your meal timings, your gut health, all of this stuff. In recovery, it might be your sleep, your stress, your lifestyle management. Okay? So everything you do here is all going to have this knock-on. Now, you could have really good training, but if your nutrition, your calories and macros weren't out and they weren't where they needed to be for the result you're wanting with your body that week, you're only as good as the chink in the armor, effectively. If there's going to be a leak, it's going to come through one. So what you have to do, and the successful people understand this, whether it is physique building or career building, and that's why physique and business and career are so interlinked, because it's just understanding that you have to systemize your life and basically live by some principles and foundations that create an output for the future. Long-term thinking, not just thinking for what gives me comfort right now. So systemize your life and understanding that everything is interlinked, because you've got to think about the future. You've got to think, okay, where do I want to be? Right, I want to have 8% body fat, I want to have more muscle, I want to have more energy, I want to have more confidence, I want to have a more successful career, more focus, more productivity, I want to have a really good woman around me, I want to be able to provide for my family. I just want to someone look at me and go, he is capable of everything you can ever imagine. So you've got to think about, okay, that's the effect that we're trying to create. You've got to understand what the effect is first, and then we can reverse engineer, okay, what are the causes we need to create? But if you're not conscious of your causes, of your inputs, you can't ever expect the effect or the output to happen. So all these hyper successful people, like the guys I'm walking around and passing on the marina at the same time, I know they're successful and going to be even more successful because they're living by systems, not just because they think it's cool to just walk around the marina at the same time, but it's like they have systemized their life for an output, for an effect that they want in the future, because they understand that everything today is interlinked to where they go in the future. So if you want to achieve all these things with your physique, you got to go, okay, well, what is my training looking like today? What is my nutrition looking like today? What is my recovery looking like today? What is my knowledge and study and investment in myself looking like today? And that's all related to the future. So what you then understand is, okay, let's flip this with the interconnection. Okay, well, if right now I'm doing these systems, or let's say we're not following these systems, and you're living by pretty average nutrition, you may track some days, you may not, you may train hard some days, there's not really that much structure, you may be a bit iffy with your sleep, you may be stressed. Well, okay, but every input you're doing, whether it doesn't feel like a conscious input or not, the life you're living by is guaranteed, has to universally create, with this law, an effect. But what are your inputs today going to create? Because they're going to create something. It's a universal law. So your inputs today, if they aren't a conscious effort with precision based around the exact effect you want, you cannot, hands down, guarantee or even think you're going to get anywhere close to your desired effect. You are going to create an effect which might be, you've got high body fat, you've got low energy, you've got very little muscle mass, you've got very low confidence, you feel shit with your top off when you're on holiday, you have such low focus and drive and motivation and energy and productivity. You don't get the woman you want and someone else has got her. You don't build the career because you don't have the mindset to even show up with systems and structure for your own health and fitness. You're creating an effect. Every single day, your actions are creating an effect for the future. So all I want you to take away from this video is I want you to think about right now, are your inputs, your causes, guaranteed going to cause the effects that you want? Because an effect is always coming. You are where you are right now because of causes, because of inputs in the past. Okay? Now, are you doing the same as you were doing? Because you're going to get the same again. Maybe you're doing different, but think about, are your inputs, are your causes every single day guaranteed to get you to your desired, your dream effect? Because if they're not, don't get 2 years down the line, 5 years down the line and be like, oh, it's all right for them. You have total control right now to get any effect you want with your physique, with your health, with your mindset, with your career, with your lifestyle. If you are willing to just sit down and invest in yourself and understand, okay, there is a blueprint, there is a structure of causes that can get me that effect. But if you're not willing to then follow those inputs, you cannot fundamentally get the output that you want. And there's nothing wrong if you don't want a great output. You can keep doing what you're doing right now. But the successful people in all areas, high performers. So don't just look at business, don't just look at physique, look at pro athletes, look at authors, anyone who's hyper successful, they're all playing such a long game for one effect that they want, whether it's in 1 year, 5 years, 20 years, and they are living by a set of systemized structure right now that this cause has to universally create in the future. Now, if what you're doing right now isn't going to create that, just take a moment to step back and think, okay, what can I do? What is the next best thing? What is the best thing I could do today to guarantee I actually redirect myself onto the path that I'm going to get the effect that I want? That's all today, lads. See you in the next one.